Hello, everyone. I'm Dijon,
I'm Ayera.
And I'm Bree.
and welcome to the Mustardcast, the podcast about the art of storytelling and how it's used across different mediums. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see our channel grow, and to click the notification bell so that you're notified when we post. As always, free Palestine. So, what have you guys been watching lately in terms of animation?
I've only got the one thing, and it is Trigun Stargaze, unfortunately.
We'll get a little bit more into that later.
Yeah. I have been watching, or at least I rewatched Monsters University.
I've only seen that once. I gotta watch that again one of these days.
It's so
Same.
good. Like, I didn't realize it's like, it was made in 2013, I think, and it holds up
Really?
so well, so well.
We're getting old.
Right?
I thought that movie was much younger than it actually is.
Hold on, let me look it up. Yeah, 2013. That's crazy.
Woof.
That is crazy. But it's still so good. Dang, how old is Monsters Monsters Inc. then?
Oh,
Wait
that's
a
like
second.
that's like
movie's
early
like-
2000s.
Right, that's
Oh
like
my
that movie's like 30
goodness.
now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not 30.
Almost.
2001.
Damn.
Wow.
Almost 30.
But for me, still watching Just League, the animated series, Batman Beyond, and One Piece, alongside Blind Wave. The last two episodes of Batman Beyond that I watched, and my personal rewatch, were Justice League Beyond episodes. So that was fun to see the future version of the Justice League. In terms of, well, I don't really got much to say about One Piece, except that I'm watching it, and it's good. One Piece is great. Everybody should watch One Piece. Still watching Primal. New episode came out today. I'm gonna watch that later. Still good. Primal's great. Excited to see what they're going with this zombie storyline. Still in the process of catching up on Gachiakuta and Spy Family season 3. Those shows still going strong. So having a good time with that. Every episode, Gachiakuta gets better. Having a good time with that. Jujutsu Kaisen. I'll talk more about that later. But fire, pure cinema. On the opposite spectrum of that, Trigun Stargaze, not bad. But it's just if you read the manga, just the anime is just disappointing by comparison. But we'll get to that. But before we get to that, a little bit of trailers and news. Just news this time. For some reason, not a trailer. And that is the fact that Dorohedoro has been confirmed for season 2. Thank God. It's been 6 long years. Think about
6
that.
years.
Think about that.
6 years.
Think about that. The pandemic started 6 years ago.
Crazy work.
Insane. What do you mean? The pandemic feels like it was yesterday. What do you mean it was 6 years? What do you mean we're 6 years removed? That's insane. But yeah, it's returning on April 1st this year, 2026. As revealed by a poster, not a trailer for some reason, despite the release being so soon, which has me a little concerned. The animation is still being done by MAPPA, and hopefully it's just as good as it was in the first season. Dorohedoro is not fully, but mostly 3D animated. There's some 2D stuff within it, but it's mostly 3D animated. And it's one of the better 3D anime out there. I put it up there with stuff like Beastars and Trigun Stargaze, both of which are animated by Studio Orange.
Mm-hmm.
Have either of you seen Dorohedoro?
I've seen part of it. I just never finished it.
Same.
I was really
Never
liking what I
finished.
was watching.
Yeah, it's on Netflix, and this second season will also be on Netflix. And
Okay.
I don't remember how many episodes it was. I assume it's probably like 13. So it's probably gonna be around the same number of episodes, and it's not enough to finish it. So it was 12 episodes. Oh no, it was 13 episodes. So I'm curious, like, I don't know how successful the first season was, because it took them forever to make it. I don't know if that's because MAPPA was busy with other stuff, or it just didn't do well. I don't know. So hopefully, they don't rush it. I'd rather they not finish the story than for them to try and rush towards the ending.
Yeah.
But of course, best case scenario is that it gets a third season. But yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully we get a trailer soon. Like, it's weird that they announced it without a trailer. I don't know if this was a leak or something. I just know that like in one of the Discord channels I'm in, somebody who's also a fan of Dorohedoro was like, "Oh, Deshaun, there's another season coming. I was like, what? This is random as hell. Um,
I hadn't seen the poster on social media, but I'm like, there's no way this is true. It literally says it's coming out on April Fool's. It's cap,
you're right, but it's a real poster.
the real poster.
Wow, it'd be crazy if it is a April Fool's joke.
That would be
That'd be
like
insane. For
talking
6
about
years?
the long con.
It's like, no, we lied. It's canceled.
Mm.
Yeah, Dorohedoro is about a lizard-headed amnesiac named Kaiman working together with his friend Nikaido to not Nikaido is someone we work with with his friend Nikaido to recover his memories and survive in a strange and violent world. The strange world being referenced is a post-apocalyptic urban setting spanning 3 realms. The Whole, which is an ungoverned human favela megacity, essentially a slum, polluted by magic waste. And then there's the Sorcerer's World, which is an ethereal gothic class-based society. And then there's Hell, which is the afterlife for sorcerers, ruled by demons. And sorcerers in this universe use magic through a circulatory system in their bodies that disperses black smoke that gives them specific powers. And the stronger and rarer the powers, the higher you are in the class system. And it's a very good show. Very fun show. It's been a while since I watched it. So if this is happening and it's not an April Fool's joke, I plan on, instead of rewatching the show, I'll read the manga because I picked up the manga where the first season left off. So instead I'll read the part of the manga that I didn't read to catch up. So hopefully this isn't a lie.
Yeah.
Is the manga completed?
Yeah. I've read the entire manga. It's good. It's good stuff.
Oh, nice.
No.
Yeah. But yeah, moving on to some reviews, starting with Jujutsu Kaisen. Continues to be amazing. And I appreciate the complexity of the power system more and more as I retread the parts of the story that I've read in the manga. And the episode before last featured a beautifully animated fight scene between 2 of the supporting characters and a newer character with an interesting and, like everything in Jujutsu Kaisen, somewhat complicated power set revolving around a constellation. If I had to try and explain it, essentially, she can mark things with a name representing a star in a cross-shaped constellation, and unless you approach each star in order of their distance from the Earth, you'll be repelled from any object with like the opposite star's name on it, and you'll be like attracted to other stars. It's very complicated. That's as much as I can remember.
Yeah, I need to see this in
Oh,
motion because
JJK.
what?
But it made for a great fight scene. Also, the music has been especially fire this season in ways that I didn't notice in the previous seasons. The openings and endings have always been great, but the actual score is also really good, which is also, the score's been good, but this season, it's awesome. But yeah, definitely watch JJK. It's so good. But Trigun, I assume you're caught up.
Oh, I am caught up, yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So
Unfortunately.
spoiler alert, but not really anything major from me. But the Wolfwood versus Mid Valley fight was kind of mid.
It was, and I was so pissed.
In
that it was
comparison
kinda
to the
mid.
manga, it was mid.
Like, I think to give Studio Orange their flowers, which they don't really deserve, but I'm going to anyway because I'm, I guess, kind of grateful that this is happening at all. The sound design for it was really cool. That was like one of the big things that I was worried about when I realized they were adapting this part of Trimax. I was really worried that they weren't going to do, at the very least, the sound design justice. They did. I thought it was very fun. That's about the only thing they did good to me.
Yeah, it was a pretty kind of boring fight. It wasn't like I don't fully remember the fight from the manga, but I just remember it being so much more interesting. And yeah, and this time around it was kind of lame. And I think they're definitely like trying to go a whole different direction in general with the story. But again, this time, bigger spoiler, he dies at some point. Was it in that fight?
It was in that fight. Wolfwood literally killed him.
Yeah, because I feel like they're trying real hard to like not kill so many characters. I'm like, bruh.
That's the whole point of the gung-ho guns.
Yeah, it's also like supposed to be like the dichotomy between Wolfwood and Vash's thinking. As I was watching it, I'm not a fan of how they're portraying like Vash's unwillingness to kill in comparison to other people's willingness to kill, like Wolfwood, because it's always been an inherently kind of like selfish thing of him to be trying to convince other people not to kill. The not killing people is a luxury that he has because he's extremely powerful.
Right.
Not everyone else is nearly as powerful as he is, so they don't have that luxury. If they want to survive a battle, they have to kill.
Right.
And it reminds me of a moment that happens in not a Superman comic, but in a Legion of Superheroes comic featuring Superman, where a member of the Legion of Superheroes, which is, you know, a future version of basically kind of Justice League. They're not the Justice League, but a future superhero team, like way in the future of the DC universe. One of the members kills somebody. And the rest of the members of the Legion are like, oh, well, you got to be kicked out of the Legion now. We don't kill people. And then of all the people to stand up for him, it's like, it's Superman, you know, a superhero that doesn't kill people. And Superman's like, well, we like, it was a situation where it was like, it was life or death. It was like either innocents were going to die or this villain died. And this person had no other choice but to kill the villain. Me, like Superman was like, you know, me as Superman and Mon-El, which is another character who has very similar powers to Superman, I was like, we can afford not to do that because we are so powerful that we can figure out another way out of this situation. We're just so strong that we can figure it out somehow. We can pull some bullshit out of our ass. We can make it happen. But not all superheroes have that luxury. Some superheroes have no powers whatsoever, and they just got to make it work with what they got. So like Superman doesn't have as much of a no-kill rule as people think he does. He's not Batman. The only superheroes in the DC universe that have a staunch like, no, we will never kill anyone ever rule is Batman and his like family and most of the people around him that he's trained or works with directly in like Gotham, like Nightwing and the Robins and Batgirls. They have staunch no-killing rules. But most of the other superheroes, they don't. Like Superman, his willingness to kill is very similar to Wonder Woman's, despite what people think. Wonder Woman isn't going around killing people left and right like a lot of people think she does. She does not just go around murdering her villains. Like people think, oh, Wonder Woman doesn't have a lot of villains because she kills them. No, she does have a lot of villains, and they're all alive. She doesn't just go around murdering people. She's like Superman. Well, like it has to be the very, very like, despite how powerful they are, there's nothing they can do. Like Superman, when he killed Doomsday, he also died because that was such a dire situation. Nobody on the planet, nobody on the Justice League could fight Doomsday. Superman was like, this guy is a problem. He's got to go down, and I'm going down with him. So like, that's how Vash is. Like that, like that's what's fun about his character though, is that that's his flaw. He thinks that nobody should kill, but the thing is, people still kill around him because they have to. So I feel like taking that away from Wolfwood is a disservice to the story, the complicated story that's been told there, where like Vash can afford not to kill people. Wolfwood cannot. He's not Vash. He's not damn near God.
And like Wolfwood in I don't remember if this was in Trimax or in just the early Trigun manga, but he literally says that almost verbatim. He's like, we are not God. We have to make a choice. And like I kind of get what they're going for because they did go this angle in original Trimax where it's like he's starting to like feel out Vash's morality, but like it's happening so soon that it has no impact. You haven't seen this man for 2 years, and you're like, yeah, I vibe with the way he's living, and it's like, no,
not only that,
I don't think.
But when he did, like, he knew him for a short period of time, and then hasn't seen him for 2 years.
Exactly. It's like I don't know about that. And then you brought up another good point, and I'm trying to remember what it was. I had something to say, and I had a complete brain fart, so never mind. If I remember, I'll say it. But
about what I was saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just talking about like morality. It had to be.
I know. I mean, in regards to Wolfwood, I'm trying to remember what it was, and I'm having a huge brain fart. I'm pissed off right now. Yeah, no, I completely forgot. That's okay. Do I have any other notes on Stargaze? I don't think I do. I'm just curious to see where it goes from here on. Like, I've fully detached it as like a Trigun remake at this point. It's its own original story. Can't wait to see where it goes from here.
Yeah, I'm like, this is cool and all, but just give me a continuation of the old anime. Like I know, like
Yeah, at this point.
I know towards the end of that original anime, they did some different things from the manga, but it wasn't so different. I'm like, oh, just bring it back, season 2,
Right.
with
And
the maximum.
the only reason they did things differently from the manga is because those parts of the manga hadn't been written yet. Which is really funny to me that they like instead of doing filler, they're like, let's just make shit up. I find that hilarious, but
Yeah, they did that with the original Fullmetal Alchemist, and they did that with Soul Eater, which Soul Eater desperately needs a remake. I'm not that Soul Eater's bad,
it
but
does.
like the ending is just not the ending.
It's
Mm.
not.
But yeah,
I feel like
Oh,
Soul
sorry.
Eater would benefit from a remake like Rama 1/2 does, where it's like, or like Rama 1/2 has rather, where it's like pretty much the same, but like they kind of reshape the humor to fit a more modern audience. Because I don't know, the way they be talking about the little girls on Soul Eater be making me uncomfortable.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
They need the Brotherhood treatment.
They need the Brotherhood treatment. Because I really like that anime. I just can't recommend it to anybody in good conscience because
Yeah, it's like
the everything.
you can only recommend that anime to people who have been watching anime their whole life, but somehow haven't seen
Mhm.
it, which is rare. Like if you've been watching
Right.
anime your whole life, you've seen Soul Eater. You have
Seen Soul Eater.
It has to be someone who's like either got into anime recently but have watched a lot of it, so they know how weird it can get. So you like watch this, it's old, so there's some weird stuff in it.
Right.
But you can't like give it to like someone who's brand new to anime because then they're gonna like,
Mhm.
what the hell is this weird shit you're making me watch?
Right.
So, moving on to comics. What have you been reading lately?
Let's see. I haven't really been able to keep up with much as of late. I've been kind of busy. But I read a little bit more of Absolute Green Lantern. Not much. I really, really liked it though. I need to like really like sit down and actually read that comic because
Where have you left off?
what I left off like halfway, not even halfway, like at the beginning of issue 2, I think.
You gotta get to 8. Once
That's
you get,
how-
like you might as well look. Take my advice. Jump to 8
Mm.
and then go back.
And then go back. Okay, I might do that.
It might
'cause it's not
reinvigorate your like excitement for it. Because let me go back and make sure that
Mm.
issue 8 is it. But what were you saying?
Yeah, it's not even a thing of like I'm not excited to read it. It's just like I don't know. It's been such like a slog on my part for some reason. It's like I'm enjoying it so much, but I'm like I don't know. So hopefully that I make some progress with that soon. I think other than what we're discussing for book club though, that's been it because none of the other comics I keep up with have updated manga or otherwise. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's it. Oh, wait, not it. My House of Leaves reread is going really, really well. I'm noticing a lot of details I hadn't noticed the first time. And in kind of like going through it a little more slowly and taking my time with it a bit more, it's like, wow, there are so many layers to this narrative that are shown so early on. Like people only talk about how it gets crazy like later on in the book when all the the formatting and stuff begins to change, but like it's the craziness is there from the beginning. It's just really subtle and I really really like that. I'm thinking about investing in some of those like post-it notes you can put over the page so I can annotate it without messing it up because I really like my copy. But we'll see. Other than that though, yeah, it's been sparse over here.
Cool.
Mm.
Still reading Song of Achilles. Read a chapter and a half last night. Chapter and a half because I think I was reading one chapter halfway through, fell asleep, so I finished that chapter and then read another one. And I'm like 2/3 of the way through that book, so making my way through that. Still reading Kagurabachi, and that comic's still really good. Supposedly, last chapter ended with the end of part 1, so I'm excited to see where the story's going because it's in a real hype moment where like a big thing just happened, and now we're moving on to the next arc. So I'm really excited to see where that goes. Still reading One Punch Man. Chainsaw Man, also reading that. You gotta catch up. It's good stuff.
I do.
One Piece. Catching up on One Piece. It's good. It's real good. Finally got back into Stone Ocean, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. As I try and catch up to where I left off in the anime, so I can watch that before next season comes out. In terms of comics, I finally went and picked up my comics from the comic book shop. So I got a fat stack
Yippee!
of comics. Actually, I don't know why I didn't send it here. I sent it in my other group chat, but let me send it real quick. Let me send you the video that I posted in there of the comics that I have. I should have been sent that. I can't believe I didn't send that in here.
Oh wow! And you've been putting this off for how long?
Yes, it was 11. It was because of the snow.
Oh, that makes sense.
I picked them up every month, but that got delayed by like almost half a month. But yeah, so of that stack of comics, I might put that video in the actual edit. I have read Batman numbers 5 and 6, which that comic's really good, written by Matt Fraction, drawn by Joe Jimenez, great writer. Real excited to see where this story goes. And I read Absolute Wonder Woman number 15 and Absolute Batman number 16. As you can see, crossover.
Yippee!
Absolute Wonder Woman number 15 was the first ever crossover within the Absolute universe between Batman and Wonder Woman. And then Batman number 16 was the second. And they were both really good. It was cool to see each character drawn in these people's styles. Hayden Sherman drew Batman Dark Patterns, which is an incredible Batman book. Maybe we'll read that one of these days. So I've seen him draw Batman before.
I've heard that name before. You've mentioned it on the cast.
Yeah, Hayden Sherman, who draws Absolute Wonder Woman, has drawn Batman before. I remember I said a while ago that I was reading Batman Dark Patterns and didn't realize it was Hayden Sherman. And I was like, oh wait, this is the same artist. But yeah, and also seeing I forget the name of the artist for Absolute Batman, but seeing him draw Absolute Wonder Woman was cool. And yeah, those stories are great. The friendship between the two is really cool. They go out of their way to make it clear, like, no, there's no romance happening between these two characters. They're just friends. There's a moment where it's like somebody says something like that and they both go, no. But yeah, it's really
because
good.
Absolute Wonder Woman is for the girls. We all know this.
You could easily read both of these without. Well, no, you can't read Absolute Batman without spoiling yourself. You could read Absolute Wonder Woman number 15 by itself, and you wouldn't really spoil anything for either comic. But Absolute Batman number 16 would absolutely spoil.
Gotcha.
Some stuff about Killer Croc. So yeah, you don't want to read that if you don't want to know anything about this universe version of Killer Croc. Which there's he's right there at the bottom of that cover actually with Wonder Woman Batman.
Oh wow.
But yeah, other than that, I also read Cheetah and Cheshire Route, the Justice League number 5, Absolute Green Lantern number 10, which, like I said, it's continuing to be great after issue 8. Absolute Superman number 15. It's finally getting good after 14 issues of mid. It's finally getting good. Loki, start at issue 15. That's where it gets good.
Okay, gotcha.
The Lazarus arc was mid as fuck, and now that it's over, we're getting into some much more interesting things. And it reminds me of Superman Birthright, where the story is right now, which is going to be the first Superman comic we read, but not the next comic we read like originally planned. That'll have to be delayed. I read Absolute Batman, the Arc M special, which was insane. It was low-key about the origin of the Joker. It was so good. Joker in this universe is crazy. I read Justice Society of America Year 1, Chapter 3. And yeah, that's about it. A little bit of news. We don't usually have news in this section, but
oh wow,
we got some news about Absolute Green Arrow. So Absolute Green Arrow and Absolute Catwoman are going to be coming out in a few months or so. And we got some information about Absolute Green Arrow. And I first saw it from Troy Oboyo on YouTube. He's a comic book YouTuber. He makes some really good video essays analyzing comic books and comic books movies and shows and cartoons and such. He said the first issue releases on May 20th by Pornsack Picket Shot, which is an interesting name, and Raphael Albuquerque. This is the official description from DC. A serial killer is slaughtering corrupt billionaires, and the only clue to his identity is the green arrows protruding from the victims' bodies. Executive Protection Specialist Dinah Lance. Let me reread that sentence. There's a period that should have been there. Executive Protection Specialist Dinah Lance, also known as Absolute Black Canary, is assigned to uncover the murderer's identity as she investigates a list of suspects drawn from the ranks of DC's most dangerous archers. Each one is uniquely connected to a recently murdered Oliver Queen. A deadly mystery unfolds in this this urban horror reimagining of the Emerald Archer's mythos. Them making it a horror book is very interesting.
That is fascinating.
So Oliver Queen, the OG Green Arrow, died in the pages of Absolute Evil, where he, I've talked about Green Arrow before. The last Green Arrow run was really good. He's a character that's for the people. He's Robin Hood. That's literally who he was based off of. His original costume is literally just Robin Hood. Steal from Rich, Give to the Poor. In the 70s, they really, really reinvented his character and made him like a hardcore liberal, like a caricature of conservatives say liberals are. He's that.
I love that.
And it's great. Both for better or worse. He's that. And he tries real hard. Despite starting off as this spoiled rich guy. And in this universe, he was going to do that, but the evil people are just too good at being evil, and he got killed before he got a chance to even become Green Arrow.
Dang.
And people saying that maybe the reveal would be that Green Arrow is actually his like ghost.
And is insane.
The spirit of Oliver Queen is going around actually doing what he wanted to do. That could be interesting. But like they said, there's a bunch of suspects, and they're probably going to be a bunch of of his like sidekicks and partners from across the years. Like like in Absolute Evil, he was on the phone with Roy Harper, who is Speedy, eventually becomes Red Arrow, and then Arsenal, his original sidekick. It could be him. It could be his sister Emiko. It could be his son Connor Hawk, who in the comics takes up the mantle of Green Arrow. It could be anybody. And I'm interested to see what that goes.
Being his own sister would be kind of crazy. Yeah. Imagine your sister being your op.
Or it could be all of them working together. It could be it's a Scooby-Doo mystery. And the main character is Black Canary, which is interesting. She's not Black Canary in this universe, but it's Dinah Lance as a executive protection specialist. Don't know what that means. I assume I guess she protects executives, which is a weird job to have.
For sure.
And I'm curious to see where this goes. I'm very excited for this. It's apparently going to be a miniseries, only 6 issues, but could go longer if it's successful. So I'm gonna be buying the first issue, at least, like I've done with all the others. But next. Well, any other thoughts on that?
No, I might check it out myself though.
Okay.
I love a good murder mystery.
Yeah. It being horror adjacent, it's very interesting. Next we have Stephanie Williams wants to write a Vixen comic. DC, for a long time, but especially recently, has been under fire from fans, especially fans of color, for not giving any characters of color an ongoing recently, especially with their Next Level initiative, where they let a bunch of creators who are passionate about a specific character make a comic about that character and work on it. And Stephanie Williams, DC's most prominent Black woman writer, has been expressing interest in writing a Vixen comic for years. And apparently, I'll take this with a grain of salt because I actually don't remember if this was said explicitly or not. But supposedly she also might have pitched something to DC and it was turned down. Yet they just did this Next Level initiative that has resulted in like half a dozen comics coming out from passionate creatives who wanted to tell stories about very specific characters who don't have stories right now. But they didn't let this Black woman write this character about a Black woman. Insane.
Right, during Black History Month?
Exactly.
Preposterous.
This is nothing short of very obvious and intentional racism, because what excuse is there? In a recent video I discovered on Twitter, but cannot find the source of it. I don't know if it was from a podcast or an Instagram Live or I don't know, but it was a Zoom call between it wasn't like leaked or anything. It was like a thing that they put up, but I just don't know where they put it up. But it was Stephanie Williams talking to comic artist Travis Mercer about a character design that she commissioned from him and how that related to her wanting to create a Vixen comic. And it's just insane that there is no Black character-led DC ongoing right now. None whatsoever. And that's insane. Not Vixen, Black Lightning, Cyborg, Nubia, or John Stewart Green Lantern are leading any ongoing book at the moment. And an ongoing book, not a miniseries or even a maxi series, which is just 12 issues versus 6 issues, but an ongoing comic. The moment a Black character does get a mini, know that I will be supporting and buying every issue physically. Currently, DC is doing this run of comics called the I was about to say the other history, but it's called the History of DC Universe, where they're kind of like trying to make a concrete history for the DC Universe as it exists now, and they're folding in Milestone Comics into that, which is the universe where Static comes from. Some of you may know him as Static Shock, even though that's not his name. That's the name of the show. His name is just Static. And they're like folding those characters into this, history of the DC Universe, and the some of the writers from that book, and one of which is a original founder of Milestone Comics, is like calling for people like, hey, pre-order this book if you want to get more Static and all these other Milestone characters. And I'm going to pre-order it the moment it's available to pre-order at my local comic shop. It's just not at the moment. I actually tried to pre-order earlier. They just didn't have it up yet. And like, yeah, we just got to support these stories. Otherwise, they're not going to happen. But speaking of Black stories, today we're going to be reading a little book, especially for Black History Month. And as I read it, I realized it was even more perfect than I thought it was.
Right.
As the last book for us to read on in February during Black History Month here in America. Yeah. We're reading the Other History of DC Universe, written by John Ridley, with pencils by Giuseppe Camuncoli, inks by Andrea Cucci, which is crazy. Colors by Jose. Man, these names be wild. Let me try to pronounce this first name. Colors by Jose Villarrubia, letters by Steve Wands, and covered by Giuseppe and Marco Maestrazzo, and edited by Mark Doyle. Quick synopsis. Academy Award-winning screenwriter John Ridley, writer of 12 Years a Slave and Let It Fall, examines the mythology of the DC Universe in this compelling new miniseries that reframes iconic moments of DC history and charts a previously unexplored socio-political thread as seen through the prism of DC superheroes who come from traditionally disenfranchised groups. This unique series presents its story as prose by Ridley, married with beautifully realized color illustrations from a selection of exciting illustrators and comic artists. For number one, I misread that. Number one follows the story of Jefferson Pierce, the man who will one day become Black Lightning, as he makes his way from being a young track star to a teacher and ultimately to his role as a hero. Future issues focus on characters such as Karen and Mount Duncan, Tatsui Yamashiro, aka Katana. Karen Beecher is also Bumblebee. Renee Montoya. And the last one is about Black Lightning's oldest daughter, Thunder. Extensively researched and masterfully executed, the Other History of the DC Universe promises to be an experience unlike any other. But yeah, this was, I remember when this came out. It came out like early pandemic, and I read it back then and thought it was awesome. It doesn't, it's not just Black people. The second issue, it's mostly Black people. 3 issues are of Black people. The first issue, Black Lightning. Second one's Karen Beecher, Mount Duncan, who are both Black. And then the third issue is about Katana, Japanese. And the fourth issue is about Katana, who's, no, I just said Katana. It's about Renee Montoya, who's Latina. And then the last one is about another Black woman.
Gotcha.
And yeah, we'll talk about it towards the end. But if you're up for it, we're not going to do it for the podcast, just on your own time. You can read the very last issue, which is a direct follow-up to this, being it's about Black Lightning's daughter. I might read it myself.
Gotcha.
It's just on my own time. But yeah, just, talking about not just the art, but the way this is written. Let's start with the covers. The covers of these books are awesome.
They are.
Especially, I think the cover for the first one is the best one. The one of Black Lightning and that
Agreed.
awesome art style by Giuseppe with the colors by Marco Maestrazzo. It's so good. It's a beautiful cover, and art on the inside is also
Very much so.
very good by Giuseppe. But it's written in prose. And it
Mhm.
is, people talk about the difference between comics and graphic novels, and it's always arbitrary because they're just two different names for the same thing. It's bullshit. But this is the first book to make me go, nah, this is a graphic
No,
novel.
because I was thinking literally exactly that. I was like, the whole time I was reading it, I was like, this is a fucking graphic novel. This is not a comic book. Off to Sean. That's not to say I didn't enjoy it. I love a good graphic novel. I don't know. I've never seen a comic presented in this format
Yeah.
before. It was very novel to me. I liked it.
Yeah, this is a book with graphics. That's exactly what this is.
Mhm.
um, it's
It's almost we have a word for that kind of thing
yeah,
around here.
almost. But yeah, just let's just hop into it, and feel free to stop me at any point because it's a lot. This is a lot of book. Um,
Okay.
and we got a lot to talk about. There's a lot to analyze. This is a really
Mhm.
good like retelling of this character's story with real world history mixed in. The first issue is about Jefferson Pierce, aka Black Lightning, and takes place between the years of 1972 and 1995. It begins with the death of Jefferson Pierce's father when he was just a boy living in the south side of Metropolis, aka Suicide Slums. That's right. Black Lightning is from Metropolis, but the worst neighborhood in the city, or more accurately, it's probably a county of like Metropolis, neglected by the U.S. government and left to waste due to its predominantly black population. Um, I'm going to compare Suicide Slums real quick to our own city of Baltimore, but not in the way that you think.
Mhm.
But I could get into that too, even though I wasn't initially going to go in that direction. I specifically wanted to refer to the literal place it's located in relation to Metropolis.
Mhm.
This isn't confirmed, but I always imagined it as kind of like Towson to Baltimore. Like it
Mm,
is, it's a separate,
that
it's a
tracks.
separate county, but it's like directly connected to Metropolis, so it just feels
Right.
like a
So it
part
might
of the
as well
city.
be a part of
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
but also there is a story to be said about how Baltimore for so
Towson
long
separation. Yeah.
is was treated a certain way because it's predominantly black city.
Mhm.
Didn't get the doesn't I mean still doesn't really get the resources it needs, even though the city is much better than it used to be. It still
For sure.
doesn't get the resources it needs because of its large black population, and is treated a very specific way because of um the color of the skin of most of the people in the city. Um,
Mhm.
and Suicide
As if
Slums is
it
very
is
similar.
not. Oh, yeah. As if it is not the fault of people. Like people always are like, "Oh, Baltimore, this is something, this, that, and the third." And it's like, if like I can't even remember the point I was going to make, but white flight is very real, especially for us. And it's like they talk about all these like problems that Baltimore has, and it's like 99% of that those problems are because white people didn't want to cohabitate with black people, and now look at us. And it's like you're like, oh well, how are black people uplifting their communities, this, that, and the third. And it's like, first, this isn't our fault. This is not our mess to clean up. I mean, that isn't to say that there's more we can, like, that isn't to say that there isn't more that we can be doing, but I'm just saying it's more systemic than anything.
Yeah. So, but yeah, moving on to the book itself.
Yeah, it's a tangent.
Years after his father passed, Jeff makes it to the 1972 Olympics in Germany and wins the gold medal for track and field, scoring 8,202, which is 9 points higher than the previous record holder. But to him, his victory feels hollow in the face of ongoing armed conflicts and death. This is where we are first introduced to not only some real world politics being mixed in, but some maybe dubious political beliefs from a dubious writer. Um,
Mm.
Ridley Scott. No, that's it. Why did I say Ridley Scott? This is director of
I was
Alien.
like, isn't that the?
This director of Alien, John Ridley.
It's like that's a crazy overlap.
That would be insane if this was written by Ridley Scott. um, John Ridley has Jeff feel bad for the deaths of Israeli soldiers at the hands of Palestinian resistance, showing first off just how long that conflict has been going on,
Right.
but
And
also
also the way that it very like not cleanly, but like I didn't know that context until you had told me. Because in the book they make it very vague like the cause of their deaths, and I'm like,
Yeah.
interesting
So
conversation right
I
now.
looked it up, and I don't know the specifics. And I won't like it was very quick research, but I just know that on the other side, the people that killed those Israeli soldiers were Palestinian, part of a Palestinian resistance group, and we know what's going on in the world right now. And sure, it'd be a better word if people weren't getting murdered, of course, but you could think of 1,000 reasons why that happened. And yeah, so dubious political beliefs based on the fact that he had him feel bad for the Israeli people in this situation. But yeah,
especially considering like the character they give him later on in the book, that really felt like tonally dissonant to me. It was strange.
Yeah. Above that part I think is intentional and some character growth, but we'll get there.
Gotcha.
After returning to the States, Jeff wandered America, coaching track at various high schools and at-risk neighborhoods before studying English and history and beginning to teach those as well. As he moved from school to school across the country, earning a reputation as a Renaissance educator and helping uplift those students in schools, superheroes appeared. And before this 2-page spread about the emergence of superpowered beings, you could almost forget that you're reading a DC comic. Because there was no superpowers or anything like it up until this point. Following this, we learn that Jeff has somehow been burning his sheets in his sleep. And his anger, when his anger wells up during his nightmares he has about his father's death. So he starts to sleep in his bathtub, covered in a tinfoil blanket. After this, we are introduced to Lynn, a woman that Jeff meets at a diner he frequents, and his future wife and mother of his children. Lynn completed Jeff and helped him cool the fire inside of him that was burning up his sheets. And after they had their first child, they decided to move back to suicide slums so that Jeff could try and do what he's done in other cities for his hometown by becoming a teacher at Carver High School. Enter John Stewart Green Lantern, a man that Jeff does not have a high opinion of. For all intents and purposes, he considers him a coon and a sellout. Where did I leave off? Oh, and when John comes to visit Carver High and talk to the kids about how they could too be a hero, his opinions of him only lower even further. Next, we get the story of one of Jeff's students named Dwight Williams, which after I tell this, I'll give a bit of a spoiler for the final issue with his daughter. Jeff wrote him hard in an attempt to toughen him up and prepare him for the real world. But all it did was result in Dwight's mother coming to ask Jeff why her son came home from school most days feeling beat down. Jeff told her the truth, that he gave him the tough love he needed to survive in the world. And in response to that, she pulled her son out of Carver High and sent him to a school in Metropolis.
Which I would do too, honestly.
Yes.
Sorry. Like
yeah, Jeff's throughout this book, he's a dickhead. He's he's a tough love guy.
Like
he's trying to do the right thing.
He does this thing where it's like he'll make a really, really good point, and I'll be on the same page as him like for a while, and then he'll come out of left field with like an addendum to that point where it's like, whoa, I don't know if I would have interpreted that way, but
he's Dr. Umar if he had superpowers.
I'm saying, and I thought that was it was very fascinating to me, like not even in a bad way.
So in the final issue, spoiler alert for the final issue if you're watching this before that and you don't want that to be spoiled for you, I assume you don't care. So in that final issue, we discover that Dwight was gay, and that's why he was being bullied, and that he thought that Jefferson was also bullying him, and so did his mother. And that's why later on in interaction we'll get to where they meet again when Dwight is an adult, he doesn't like him. Also,
and I remember that too.
And then we also have his daughter point that out. And of course the final issue is about his daughter, who is a lesbian. So there's connections.
It all comes full circle.
Yeah. So soon after those events, we get the emergence of the Justice League. And Jeff is once again not impressed. He sees their focus on bigger threats and not the smaller ones affecting communities as a misuse of their abilities. And after that, we're introduced to the 100, a crime organization in suicide slums that's causing his students to die from drug overdoses or gang violence. And he tries to put a stop to it, but it only results in one of his students dying. So instead, he becomes Black Lightning with the help of Peter Gamby, a friend of his father, who built him a Kevlar-lined suit and a belt to help him control his powers. With that, he took the fight back to the 100 and was labeled a criminal. Just as bad as them by the police and news. Eventually, Superman came looking for Black Lightning to lecture him about the way he's doing things, and Jeff rebuffs him. I personally don't take this interaction at face value. Superman never coming to suicide slums is out of character in my opinion, and so is him coming to tell Black Lightning that he's in the wrong for doing the same thing that he does.
Yeah,
so
like that.
I like to believe that Jeff is an unreliable narrator in this regard and painting his interaction with other superheroes in a negative light out of the anger that he has. I do, however, believe and think that is an interesting story arc to go in. And it's something I like to see done in maybe like somewhere else, either another comic or live action or cartoon or something, of like Superman, he's dealing with so many big crimes that he misses some of the smaller ones. I think that makes sense. And it's not done maliciously, because like why would Superman wouldn't do that maliciously, so that kind of like
Exactly.
still gives us the story that they're trying to tell of like this white man, for all intents and purposes, kind of like not paying attention to the things he should be, but without it being like Superman's racist kind of.
Right. And that was another thing that kind of like rubbed me the wrong way about this book, where it's like he kept trying to make Superman out to be like this, you know, this Aryan, Anglo-Saxon, white man for the people. And it's like, Superman is also an immigrant. Superman is an immigrant. He is not from Earth.
He's also heavily Jewish coded.
Heavily Jewish coded. Very heavily. And it's like, I don't know. That rubbed me the wrong way.
He was created by two Jewish men.
Right.
Joel Siegel and Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster.
And it's like, I get what he was going for, right? I understand the story they were trying to tell, but I don't know. It just felt weird, especially coming off of Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, and all of the hard work we've been put, especially not even to make it not about Superman for a minute, but especially the way he talks about Wonder Woman. I'm like, eye emojis at that. It's like he's got a point. But then he veers so far off into left field. It's like, how do you do that so consistently?
Dubious politics from this man.
Dubious.
Next, we learn about how and why Jeff keeps his nightly excursions as Black Lightning away from his wife, Lynn. He convinces himself that her knowing would do more harm to their marriage than not. So he keeps it a secret and burns the candle at both ends, teaching by day and fighting crime by night. Sometime later, Jeff and his entire school are pulled into an assembly that Jeff is convinced is going to be about the school shutting down, but is surprised by his wife and child as he is awarded Teacher of the Year for increasing the school's scores and the amount of students moving to higher education. Next, we learn that Peter Gamby was the man who killed Jeff's father, working as an assassin for the 100. Soon after that reveal and him and Jeff's falling out, Gamby sacrifices his life to save Jeff. Next, we get another history lesson, specifically on the beginning of the Iran War. And Black Lightning once again judges the Justice League for not getting involved, at least to save hostages. And I take this less as criticism from Black Lightning against the Justice League, even though that's literally what's happening in the comic, but more so as John Ridley's criticism of DC Comics in that time period. Because yes, as Black Lightning says, Wonder Woman would have stepped in. Of all of those heroes, Wonder Woman would have been the one to step in. And if we take that character at face value, but DC doesn't have the balls to write a story like that. So
yeah, no.
We then move on to Halloween Day as the Pierce family hands out candy, and a little kid dressed as Black Lightning comes to the door. Jeff questions the kid's father, about if he's okay with his kid dressing as a vigilante, and the father says yes, because Black Lightning is the reason the streets are safe enough to trick-or-treat him. Next, we're introduced to Mari McCabe, which you look at that. Lo and behold, the character we were just speaking of, Vixen. As she revealed, which her original costume also dope as hell. Her current costume, fire if you look her up, but her original costume is also really good, and I would love for them to bring that costume back somehow, with a redesign. But yeah, she reveals that she knows Jeff is Black Lightning due to the enhanced senses, or her enhanced sense of smell, that her amulet gives her. So her powers are, she has an amulet that allows her to draw powers from different types of animals. So she's basically Beast Boy, but she doesn't physically transform. She just gets the power, but stays in her normal body. And she can just draw upon the powers of different animals, or the abilities of different animals. So yeah, she uses that to discover that Jeff is Black Lightning, and ask him to help her stop some poachers. And Jeff refuses and judges her for even believing she, an African woman, could become a superhero and succeed. And here we get a prime example of one of Jeff's greatest flaws. Despite all his talk and noble intentions, he consistently beats down his own people and calls it, quote unquote, tough love, like he did with Dwight. Because he does what he does more out of anger than anything else. And he hates to see other people find another way to do things that isn't his way, which he actually says later in the book. He's just so resistant to anything happening in a way that he doesn't deem to be the way. And it comes off as like anti-Blackness against his own people.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
His hatiness.
Next, we get the birth of their second child. Jennifer. And Jeff hopes that it will, save his marriage with his wife as it's breaking down because he's keeping all these secrets. And then after that, he's attacked by a string of super-powered villains that are actually Justice League members in disguise, as they are testing him to see if he is good enough to join the League. And they determine that he is. And they go to recruit him, and he shoots them down because he doesn't like superheroes who aren't doing it the way he's doing it. Like we just said, he doesn't like when people don't do things the way that he's doing it.
And it's like
he thinks that they're just trying to have another Token Black.
Like that particular part of the book really, really frustrated me because it's like you have all these issues with the Justice League and how they're doing things and like, the way they carry out their superheroism, and you have the opportunity to go in and like at least attempt to make change, and you are so like bitter and jaded that you can't even do that. I don't know. It really dropped my opinion of him.
Yeah. And it also dropped his wife's opinion of him because she took the children and left because she knew he was Black Lightning the whole time. And she was waiting for him to tell her, and he never did. So she just couldn't deal with that anymore. She took the kids and she left, and he was left in the house all by himself.
And didn't even notice that they were gone.
Yeah. And then next we get some more dubious politics. As it's just a page of Reagan in this homage to the cover of The Watchmen, which has that button on it with the blood splatter. And he has Jeff Loki before Reagan, which makes me feel like he probably...
Which is insane.
Which makes me feel like Jeff probably voted for Ronald Reagan. And,
absolutely.
And assuming he was old enough, because he's an older guy, John Ridley probably voted for Ronald Reagan. That man's 61. He probably was old enough to vote.
Yeah. Oh, Reaganomics. Look at where we've ended up now.
And this is weird. And then we get more into him, actually saying something mostly positive about Superman. Where he's kind of like, Superman's been alone. His whole planet was destroyed, and now he's got a family member. I actually am kind of happy for Superman for once, despite the fact that he's a white man.
Who's not doing anything for my urban community.
He was just, stopping the world from being exploded.
Right. NBD.
Yeah. But next we have Superman. Next we have Black Lightning stopping a mugging on a train that results in a woman's death and causes him to not just hang up his costume, but burn it. And give up
It
being
was another
Black
one of
Lightning.
his students too, which was I
Yes.
kind of get it.
Yeah. So he goes back to teaching, and he goes off to a teacher seminar in Philadelphia, and brings his daughter with him so that he can spend some time with her since they don't live together anymore. And this is where he comes across Dwight, and Dwight does not like this man. Dwight, you can tell that Dwight never wanted to see this man ever again because he felt like he was being tortured by his teacher, and his daughter calls it out. And yeah, like I said, issue number 3 or issue 5 of this series of comics, you learn exactly why. And next we get look at this: Vixen succeeding despite Black Lightning's not believing in her and outs. She goes out and instead teams up with Superman to stop the poachers, and seemingly joins the Justice League. But then this is where he's at his lowest point at this point. He lost his family. He stopped being Black Lightning because he accidentally got someone killed, and now he's joining a superhero team. Batman comes to him, and asks him if he could help him save another black man. Which low-key, Batman just be like, I need your help. He's black, and you're black.
And you're black, and I know you.
And I know
the comment. That Black Lightning had made, where it's like, I was probably the only other black man that he knew, was actually kind of funny, and honestly, probably, if not completely true, at least a little true.
Yeah, look, he was like, Green Lantern's busy. You're the only other black man I know.
Please.
I mean, the reality was he was just one of the only other black men in comics at the time.
Yeah.
So he quite literally was the only other black man that he could go for help. And this is where we get The Outsiders, which of course this is a reference to an actual comic, which was a team comprised of Black Lightning, Katana, who of course later on gets her own story in this series, Metamorpho, Geoforce, who is, if you didn't know, Terra from Teen Titans. This is her brother. Infamous member of the Justice League. Yeah, this is her brother.
I see.
Same powers. Earthbenders. And this other lady, don't know her. I forgot her name. I remember looking her up back when I first read this because I knew everybody else, but I didn't know her. Still don't know her. Should probably look it up, but I'm not. So yeah, he joined the team. He joined a superhero team, but a superhero team that actually he felt like fit his needs. They were the outsiders. They were comprised of people of color and like this weird elemental man, and he was like, yes, this is the team I want to be a part of, and he finally did it. And he made friends. Who would have thought that Jefferson Pierce could make friends with his mean ass? And then we learn
spiteful cat.
Yeah, then we learn about a grievous mistake made by Green Lantern John Stewart as an accident. Well, how do I describe this? Something he does results in the destruction of a whole planet and the death of billions. This is a very famous thing that happened in comics, and then he tries to kill himself as a result. And
which not being able to kill yourself as Green Lantern is that's so bleak.
It's such a sad moment in his life where he tries to get rid of his ring and kill himself, but the ring keeps coming back and protecting him, and that sucks. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That I like just thinking about it is crazy.
It's like you carry all that guilt, and it's like there's nothing, like there's no reprieve from it.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
So Katana suggests to Black Lightning that he go and talk to John. He's like, I don't know that man. Low-key, I don't even like him. And then she's like, just go talk to that man. And then he learns that he was just being an asshole. John behaves the way that he behaved because he was the first black superhero. And he had the weight of the world on his shoulders and was trying to be... He wasn't trying to like be a good black man for the white people. He was trying to be a good black superhero for the black people. But all the people saw from him doing that was just, oh, here's the coon out here trying to
superhero.
And he's like, bruh, I'm trying to help y'all. I'm just trying to be a good person. That's all he was trying to do.
Role model.
He was just trying to be a good person. Everybody judged him for it, especially Jeff. And now he's realizing how stupid he was, and now they're becoming friends, and that's nice. But then the Outsiders break up, and he goes down a dark path a little bit once more. And we get, the emergence of more black superheroes. You still got John Stewart. Now you got Vixen. And you got Cyborg. And at the very end, he hangs up a brand new suit that he carries with him just in case he needs it again. But for the most part, he's retired in 1995. So yeah, what did you think of the other history of the DC universe, #1?
I really, really liked that, it was more prose based rather than like I like that it read more like a graphic novel. It definitely honestly helped it go faster for me. I was expecting it to be really, really slow given the prose, but like I got through it in the first time I read it, I got through it in like 20 minutes, if that. Um, and like I really, really enjoyed it. The dubious politics definitely threw me off when they happened, but they're very easy to like not overlook, but be like, that's a weird
Yeah,
thing
like
to say. And then
with Superman, you could easily be like I said, like unreliable narrator.
unreliable narrator.
I don't believe
yeah.
this man.
Yeah, it's like it never like deeply impacted my experience with reading the book. It was more just like, interesting, and then I move on. But it's something to keep in the back of my mind. But overall, I really, really enjoyed it, and I might read the rest of the comics in the series because I like what it set out to do, and it definitely accomplished that goal. Doubly so, like with the combining of like actual history alongside what was going on in DC at the time. I think that's really fascinating and a good framework. So ultimately, I really enjoyed it.
I'm also realizing the last 2 issues are about lesbians. because Renee Montoya also a lesbian. But yeah, these books are really good. It helped me learn a lot about these characters. And I've always liked, but like unfortunately they don't get enough comics, so I don't have as much room to
ongoings
to learn about them. So yeah, this was awesome. So next.
And very poignant for Black History Month.
Yeah, it's very poignant for Black History Month. That's why I wanted to wrap it up with this. But next episode, we're gonna read. So, Bree's taking a break. So, rather than reading Superman Birthright like we initially were gonna do, instead, me and you are gonna dive into Absolute Martian Manhunter.
Yippee! Dear viewers, you cannot see this. I'm jumping up and down for joy. I've been waiting for Absolute Green Lantern since we started book club.
Manhunter.
I've heard so many good things about it, or not Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter. Since we started the book club, I've heard so many good things about it, but I've been waiting because I want to read it alongside my buddies, and so momentous joy.
yes. Maybe we will do something interesting with this one. So this story is going to be ending with issue number 12. That was recently revealed by Dennis Camp, the writer, because, and this is interesting, and we'll talk about it whenever it happens. But he says it's because DC offered him and Javier Rodriguez, the artist on this book, the opportunity to write something else that was so good that they like left this book, which is crazy.
Wow!
Because they wanted to keep doing this book. This book is doing really well, and there was nothing saying that they had to end it because everybody, like most people, kind of agree that this is like the best of the Absolute Universe, and it's doing really well. So they chose to leave it because apparently they've been given such a big opportunity that they had to stop
to jump on it.
So some people are assuming that it may be one of the DC Next Level books that, we were just talking about that with Vixen, how, certain passionate creatives have been given the opportunity to write books that they want to write. And that maybe it's one of those books, specifically a book called Shadow of the Bat. So, of course, anyone would want to leave to go write Batman, but also, presumably that book may just have, it may be about not Batman, hopefully not about Batman because he has too many books, but instead it may be about Batman related characters who don't get as much attention as they should, which hopefully it is, but we'll have to wait and see. It's apparently whatever they're going for, whether it's that or something else, I'm excited about because it made them leave this book. So it's going to be ending with issue 12. So I'm thinking maybe we come back around to read
once it's over,
the final 12 issues, and that way we get Bree to catch up and then read those along with us once we get around to it.
That'd be fun.
Because how we're going to do this is it's 6 issues. We could do 3 and 3, or we could do 2, 2, 2.
3 and 3 would be good.
Okay, yeah, 3 and 3 would be good.
Yeah.
And then what we do after that, we'll have to see. Maybe which hat, since that comes out in April.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming this takes all month, which it probably won't. So we'll probably have
Yeah.
space to do like one-off book, which would be interesting,
Mhm.
and not have to decide what that's going to be. But yeah, I'm excited for absolute Martian Manhunter. But moving on to TV and film. What have you guys been watching? If anything.
Nothing.
I actually do have a couple films that I've been watching recently. I've been trying to watch more movies this year. Just, out of principle, and I feel like if I start the habit, I'll be able to watch them more frequently when there's stuff that I actually want to watch. So, I saw Iron Lung. I don't know if I talked about it already on the podcast, but I saw Iron
Oh my
Lung.
gosh.
I really liked it. I thought it was great.
Mhm.
It was like the longest 2 hours of my life, but also didn't feel like 2 hours at all. Um, but I liked it a lot. I liked Iron Lung. It was really, really good. I would recommend people go see it. I know it's probably not in theaters anymore, but if you have the chance to like watch it on streaming or whatever, it's really good. My only issue, the mixing was really bad. So watch it with subtitles if you can.
Oh, okay. I tried
Yeah.
to go see it, but so we missed the first viewing, and it was only viewing like once.
Mhm.
And then we were like, we're going to go watch The Mortuary Assistant because apparently they made a movie based off of the game. And then we missed that
Really?
viewing too. So I was like, oh,
Dang.
I didn't even know it existed
I was
until
gonna say
that
they
day.
didn't tell anybody about it. I would have definitely gone
Right?
and saw it.
Now I got to find where to watch it because I do
Right.
want to see what they did with it.
Me too, because I feel
Same
like
with
that's
Iron
I
Lung.
just missed 2
like
video
I
game
feel like
adaptations back to back. It's crazy.
Right?
Yeah, I know.
Crazy.
But yeah, Iron Lung, I watched that. That was really good. I watched Begonia, that movie about the like they kidnap where it's like these two guys and they kidnap the CEO lady, shave her bald, and like because she's like the goddess of their cult or whatever. And it was really, really good until the ending. I was
Oh.
devastated. Because it's like it sets up like a really, really something really, really cool, and then it like all the momentum it built up over the course of the movie completely fell flat at the ending. It was terrible. It was terrible. And it made me kind of sad because it's like otherwise it was a really good movie. It was well scored. Like it had my attention. I was really enjoying it, and then the ending just kind of like ruined it all for me, which is very unfortunate. And then I watched what's that movie called? The Invisible Man. From
Oh.
20
Like
I don't remember.
2018, something like that. Yeah.
2018.
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
that.
And again, another movie that I really, really liked until it got really convoluted and stupid.
Oh wow, that movie
Which
is
I get.
2020. That's crazy.
I get that it was like, sign of the times. That's just how movies like that were. I really do think it would have been a better movie if, like the I guess haunting of the lady's ex-husband wouldn't have been
Oh,
like
you watched
at
the
him
OG.
actually.
You
Huh?
watched the OG.
I haven't watched the OG. I need to.
Okay. Which one? Wait, which one were you watching? Because I
The
got
2018
confused.
one.
Okay, yeah, the 2020
Wait.
one. The one with
Yeah.
where he had like technology instead of being
Yes,
like
that
science.
one. That
Okay,
one. That
okay,
stupid
I
ass
wasn't
one.
sure.
Yes.
I like that one. That was really good.
I liked it. It's just I'm one of those people who has a hard time suspending their disbelief. So it's like the fact that it was like a weird nano suit kind of deal kind of took me out of it a little bit. But it was an enjoyable watch. I didn't dislike actually watching it. It's just like the story was not enjoyable for me, which is unfortunate. But
I like
I had
it.
a fun time.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. But that's it for me.
Nothing from you, Brie.
Nope, none for me. I haven't really been watching anything. I've been busy. Like I had clinicals and everything, and I finally finished, and then I've just been busy ever since. Thank you.
Congrats.
I got my certificate. Now I gotta apply for my license
Mm.
and then do more training. But yeah.
Cool.
Hey.
I don't have much either. I watched or finished Fallout Season 2. And it was good. Just a good first season in my opinion, which was great. So, this season was also great. One of the best video game adaptations out there, especially in terms of television. The biggest improvement of this season of the first for me was with the character Maximus, who has, I think, a much more compelling story arc this time around in comparison to the first season. So his sections of the episodes were really fun to watch. Remind me, have either of you seen any of Fallout?
Yes, I haven't watched the
Uh,
new season.
How'd you like Maximus in the first season?
His character was pretty interesting. I mean, he pissed me off a little bit, but like, granted, that's what his character is supposed to do. But I did like him.
Mm. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Like his character was a little annoying, and he's less annoying this season.
Okay,
It's easier to root for him this season.
because he was really trying me last season. I was like, come on now, please. But I have high hopes. I just don't know when I'll get around to actually watching it.
Well, in terms of trailer news, I only have one thing because I can't think of anything else that there would be that either any of us have seen. But if you've seen anything, let me know. But there was another teaser for Supergirl at the Super Bowl, and it showed off more of Krypton, and I continue to be disappointed by the visuals.
Yeah.
Krypton is so brown in this movie, where in the comic it was like turquoise, and I'm like,
Yeah.
how do you fuck this up? How? It's insane to me. They just sucked all the color out of it. What's going on
Right.
over
All
there?
the life
I was
out
gonna say
of
this
it.
is a very, very colorful
Like, low-key,
comic.
James Gunn shouldn't have directed Superman. He should have directed this movie because
Mm.
the Guardians of the Galaxy movies are so colorful. And
Mhm.
his direction, or whoever the cinematographer was on that, their eye could have been used on this movie to actually make it look pretty and colorful like the comic is. But yeah, that's all I got for TV and film.
Yeah. It's just disappointing. I'm still gonna go see it, but I'm not gonna be happy about it.
I mean, it might be better. Like,
I hope
I figure
so.
when does it come out? July something. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see with the first official trailer if anything's different. Yeah, moving on to video games. What have you guys been playing lately?
More
Adopted.
more metaphor for me. I am steadily making my way through it. I am how many hours in the game now? I've gotten pretty far, actually, all things considered. I'm 58 hours in. And that's things are starting to get a little crazy with my social links and with the actual story of the game itself. And I have no idea where it's going to go from here, and I'm actually kind of excited about it, all things considered. Aside from that, though, lots of Tetris, believe it or not. Me and my friends have been on like a huge Tetris kick, so we play together a lot.
Oh,
Getting
that's
back
nice.
I'm getting back into my competitive days.
Love Tetris. One of my favorite
Yeah.
games.
Nothing at all. Or at least I can't remember if I played any games. No, I haven't played anything.
Okay. Well,
Not even Marvels.
yeah. For me, of course, always playing Marvel Rivals. New character came out, but I'll talk about that later. Been starting to play some Overwatch for the first time. I'll also get to that later.
Wow.
Still playing Karen. Still a good time. Close to finish up Metro Prime 4. At least I think I am. I'm trying to finish that before Resident Evil comes out next week. I played the demo for Reanimal with a friend, and Reanimal came out, I think, yesterday or a couple days ago. So that's fully out, and I'm probably gonna start playing that with that friend. No, I put a game on here that I haven't played. I put a couple games I haven't played, some demos, and a game that came out that I bought but haven't played yet, and probably won't play until I finish Resident Evil. Which is I talked about it last episode, Crystal Theater of Idols. I just haven't gotten around to playing it yet. It was only $18. I was like, damn, is this? Which is good because that means it's probably gonna be short. And I had fun with the demo, so I think I'm gonna have a good time with the game. But it was so cheap, I was like, I gotta buy it. I gotta support them. Let them know I want this game and I want you to make more. There's a demo for Pragmata out as well that I'm gonna get around to playing eventually, and we'll talk about next episode. But in terms of trailers and news, there's Overwatch, Reign of Talon, Season 1. Overwatch finally got me with this newest season, the first season of 2026, and Season 1 overall is what they're calling it. It's the 10th year anniversary of Overwatch as a whole, and to celebrate, they completely reworked the game. First off, they completely dropped the 2 finally, and they're just going by Overwatch again. They revamped the UI and the menus, and they released 5 characters at once in a single day. There's a new tank named Domina, 2 new DPS, Anran and Emery, and 2 new healers, Mizuki and Jetpack Cat. The only character I haven't played is Jetpack Cat I don't care about Jetpack Cat. I hate Jetpack Cat. Jetpack Cat sucks.
Oh, what?
Jetpack Cat needs to
Dang.
die. I hate that cat.
That's
bro.
crazy.
I
That
hate
is
that
crazy.
cat. That cat sucks. It's like a fucking mosquito flying all over the place, and it's hard to hit. I hate it so much. It can also pick you up and throw you off the map. It's like Jeff. I hate it.
That's nefarious.
It's Overwatch's Jeff. I hate it so much.
Mm.
I've mostly been playing Domina. She's a tank. She can make this big like semicircle shield. Her primary fire Bree is kind of like Ultron's, where it's like a beam that shoots for a while and then like explodes at the end. Except that with Ultron's, you press the trigger, he automatically does the whole thing. With her, you have to hold it.
Oh,
But yeah, she's been fun. I played a little bit of Anran. I haven't played Emery yet, but I did play Mizuki. He's fun. He has like a hat and he throws it like Kung Lao from Mortal Kombat, and it bounces between people to heal him. He's a good time. But yeah, Rivals provided the competition needed for Overwatch to get their shit in order, and now I'm playing it and having a good time.
That's
so, yeah,
good.
Been splitting my time between Rivals and Overwatch. Speaking of Rivals, Marvel Rivals season 6.5 came out, and Elsa Bloodstone released, and she is a good time. She's fun. She was kind of small potatoes in comparison to Deadpool, a relatively unknown character. So I wasn't super excited. She should, if I'm being honest, they should have released her before Deadpool. I don't know why they did it this way. But she has quickly become one of my favorite DPS, and she is going to get nerfed into the ground next season. I can tell because she is good. She's real good. As long as you got decent aim, nobody can do anything. Flyers dead. What are they going to do? They can't do anything. You just shoot them. They did. She has this gun that's like alive. She's a monster hunter, so she has this like living gun that she uses to shoot. That's her like primary weapon. It's like this it's more like a pistol, but it I don't know. I thought it was a shotgun at first, but it's a pistol. Then she has a rifle, and her movement is crazy. She has this dash that has like a 5-second cooldown, but I think the cooldown is shorter if you land the shot after you dash, because when you dash, you get access to the rifle. The rifle isn't a separate. Like, you can't like switch weapons to the rifle. The rifle is a one shot that you get by performing specific attacks. So if you dodge, you get access to a one shot with the rifle. And there's like a forward dash where you dash and launch people into the air, where you also get a shot from the rifle. And then she has a shot that like can like chase people. That's really cool. And it does like chip damage and extra damage when you shoot them. And then she has a trap that you can throw down that holds on to people and you could teleport to. And yeah, I've just been destroying people with Elsa. She's fun. She's a real good time. Adam Warlock can finally fly, and it is awesome. And now he is one of the best healers in the game because nobody can touch him. He can finally. His movement has been so bad for so long, and if they finally did this, I can't wait to see what they're going to do with Black Widow, because people have been asking, because ever since everybody's like, why the hell can't Adam Warlock fly? That's like one of his main abilities. Why can't he fly? And now he can fly. So I feel like they're probably cooking with Black Widow, because Black Widow is routinely bottom of the list of every tier.
Damn.
And people have been like, please, you have to rework her. Nobody wants to play Black Widow. Like, she's the only character who, like, they haven't satisfied the power fantasy of playing as that character. You play any other character, you get the feeling of like being that character. You're Spider-Man, you're Captain America, you're Thor, or whatever. But with her, you don't feel like Black Widow. It doesn't feel like you're playing Black Widow. You feel like you're playing a different character, and it's like she needs a rework, and they have to be reworking her if they finally gave Adam Warlock the ability to fly, because people are constantly complaining about how bad she is. And I still play her because I want her to be good. And once she's good, y'all better not be trying to play Black Widow. That's my character.
The Stockholm Syndrome is crazy.
But next we have the Nintendo Partner Showcase. There was a Nintendo Partner Showcase, but it was kind of lame. So we're only going to talk about 2 games. First is Orbitals. We've seen this before. It's a retro anime-inspired co-op game where you play as Maki and Omura, 2 inseparable explorers, as they venture beyond the storm and into the unknown in a desperate bid to save their home. To do so, You must pilot your ship through the perilous asteroid fields and discover mysterious abandoned stations filled with a variety of puzzles and dangers, where you will use your character's unique tools to open the path forward. Did you guys check out this trailer? I know you've seen it before. I don't know about you, Bree. It reminds me of It Takes Two in a lot of ways.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It releases sometime this summer, exclusive to Switch 2. Unfortunately, so
Oh,
gotta have Switch 2.
not yet.
Oh, well, we'll just have to play at your place.
Yeah, yeah, it is co-op. So yeah, it looks good. I'm excited for it. Whether or not I end up playing it in the summer, who knows? Because so many games coming out. But I'll play it eventually. The second thing is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. This is a new or Nintendo exclusive, but it is a technical achievement. It's a game that gave the PlayStation 5 a run for its money, and it's arriving on the Switch 2 of all places. Final Fantasy Remake, the first one, came out a couple months ago, but now Rebirth is coming. I didn't expect it so soon. And it doesn't look or run as good as it does on PS5 or PC.
Of course not.
But it runs, and that's crazy. This game is huge. This game does a lot, and it's running on the Switch. I need you to understand. Final Fantasy Rebirth is running on the Switch. This and Cyberpunk are insane.
Take it with you in your pocket.
You can play this on a handheld device. It's insane, okay? I don't know what magic, I don't know what dark god they prayed to. But it happened. It's crazy. Is there anything you guys saw from it if you watched it or checked out any trailers from it that you want to talk about?
I'm just amazed that they managed to get it to work.
Yeah.
It's amazing to me. Now, in seeing it though, this does make me want a better Automata Switch port, because the one we have right now is garbage. Kind of sucks. So it's like if they re-release it for Switch 2 or like release a Switch 2 version.
Yeah, Nintendo Switch 2 edition.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did that.
Yeah. Or at the very least, release Replicant on Switch 2. I'm surprised they didn't do Automata and Replicant at one time.
Well, there's nothing else from the partner showcase you guys have to talk about. Move on to the last thing, which I was scrolling through it, and I realized, and it was like damn near an infinite scroll. I was like, what's happening? Why is there so much? And this is the the PlayStation State of Play, which was easily
so many games,
the best state of play in years, and almost every game was a banger. Almost every game was a banger. So I've listed pretty much every game. So we're going to talk about, even if briefly, every game. Starting with, they open with a banger. Kena, Scars of Kosmora, the sequel to Kena, Bridge of Spirits? Or what is it called? Hold on, let me look up. Something Spirits. Yeah, Bridge of Spirits. And yeah, this is a sequel to that from Ember Labs. I'm getting a lot of this info from the PlayStation blog, so I'll be reading it verbatim. So if it sounds weird, it's because I just copy-pasted and didn't read it beforehand.
Real.
Ember Lab returns with an all-new adventure as an older, renowned spirit guide. Kena travels to the mysterious island of Kosmora. Spirit companions will be a big part of Kena's journey, charming buddies that travel with you and grow over time and unlock new powers as your bond deepens. There's still spirits to be cleansed and new elemental gameplay expands. There's still spirits to be cleansed and new elemental gameplay expands the strategy and depth to combat. Kena Scars of Kosmora launches this year on PlayStation 5 and PC. No specific date, just a generic this year. But yeah, so previous co-host Amir loved this game. For me, it didn't really pique my interest. It looked cool, but then all the reviews said that it played like a PS2 game, and I like PS2 games. I own PS2 games, but I don't want to play a new game that feels like a PS2 game. If I'm playing a PS2 game, I know it's going to be a PS2 game, but I don't want to play a modern game that feels like an old game. If I'm going to play a game that feels like an old game, I'm going to play an old game. So it didn't interest me. But this new one, hopefully, they've learned a lot of lessons and have evolved it, and I might play this one if it's good. If it doesn't feel like a PS2 game. If it feels like a PS3 game, maybe. Maybe I'll play it if it feels like a PS3 game. But
yeah, you can get away with PS3. I don't know. PS2 is pushing it a little.
Yeah. But you guys, Any interest in this game or the first one?
I think
I have a little bit of
it
interest.
looks nice. I would watch someone play this over playing it myself, though. I think.
I really like the animation. Like I'm looking at it right now, and it's very well done.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, this.
I'd be willing to give it a try, but like I'd have to see gameplay first, like someone actually play it.
Yeah. Apparently, like Ember Labs started as an animation studio. So.
Oh, okay, that makes
tracks.
sense.
Yeah. Next, we got Ghost of Yotei Legends. Strike through March 10th on your calendar. What? Oh, strike through March 10th on your calendars. As that's the day Ghost of Yotei Legends launches. This supernaturally charged cooperative multiplayer update will be available to all Ghost of Yotei players as part of the game's 1.5 update. With distinct character classes to learn and earn cosmetics for, 3 mission types to conquer, and the promise of a raid in the coming months, you better warm up that sword arm. Like I said, it comes free with the game. So if you already have the game, you get it for free, but you'll need to, buy the game to actually play it. And it reminds me of the days of when multiplayer game or when games like single player games had a random multiplayer mode, like for like no reason, but it was good. But they didn't try to like spin it off and make it something big. They were just like, nope, it's there, and that's it.
If you want it, yeah.
And then eventually it shut down.
Hopefully that doesn't happen with this.
No, not this, because
That's a long
people like
time.
this. I'm just talking about like those type of game modes are just like they're just tacked on, but they are surprisingly good, and then eventually they shut down because it's just like we weren't planning on supporting this forever. This is a single player game, not a multiplayer game.
Nintendo is especially infamous for doing that.
Yeah, but yeah, there was a Legends for the first game, so this was expected, and it was announced a while ago. And this is our first time seeing the gameplay. I think actually the Legends was announced before the game came out, so like we always knew they were going to have it. But now we're finally getting confirmation of what it looks like, and what it's going to entail, and when it's coming out on March 10th. I'll be checking it out. It's a free update, so I'll check it out. Have some fun. It should be a good time.
Yippee!
Next, we got another trailer for Pragmata from Capcom. Yeah, today's State of Play brought us a closer look at Capcom's new intriguing sci-fi adventure, giving us a glimpse into its world and the threats that protagonist Hugh and his android companion Diana will face. Get ready to hack and fight your way through enemy threats. April 24th on PS5. And there's a demo out now that I have not played. Will I play it before next episode? Probably not, but maybe. Yeah, this game looks cool. I keep hearing good things about it, so I want to try out the demo to see if it's my jam. But essentially, it's a third-person shooter, but to like actually do damage to the enemy robots, you have to first hack them, and then once you hack them, then you can do damage. And like it's real-time hacking, so like they're still attacking you while you're trying to hack them. And it's interesting,
cool.
And it's apparently very intuitive, so it's not like in an annoying way. So yeah, it looks cool and it sounds cool. So demo's free. I think the demo might be on like PC. So yeah, if you want to check it out, it looks cool.
Yeah, I think I would have to play the demo first before I like really commit to actually liking this game because it looks really good, but it's just like I don't know about it.
Speaking of demos, we got another trailer for Resident Evil Requiem. That showed a bit more of the story.
Another one.
And Leon and it ended with Leon walking into the desolate Raccoon City police station from Resident Evil 2 and 3, post nuke. So, they showed a little bit more of what the actual city is going to be like, and they've been holding that close to the chest, which I'm glad. Don't spoil it. And launches February 27th. It's 16th. We're recording this. It is literally 8 days away, damn near a week away. I'm so excited.
Only a week away.
I'm so excited. There is no demo. I'm sad.
Oh, boo.
There should be a demo.
You would think they would release one.
There should be a demo. They're probably going to release a demo the day of or some bullshit.
That's hilarious.
But I'm going to pre-order it. I just got to cut on my PlayStation because I was waiting to get paid. Got paid last Friday, so I'm like, nah, I'm going to pre-order. I just kept forgetting to do it every time I cut on my PlayStation, played Rivals, and then forgot to pre-order the game.
Me with Tomodachi Life.
Next, we have Control Resonant. Remedy Entertainment shares new details on Control Resonance, shape-shifting weapons, navigating gravity anomalies, and more. Learn how you'll navigate a Manhattan unpredictably reshaped by otherworldly forces and battle fearsome forces by using our own supernatural abilities, including a shape-shifting weapon. Yeah, so this trailer has me excited. The first trailer was pretty good. They showed it at the Game Awards. But this one is like a more in-depth like gameplay analysis. And it's very Devil May Cry in combat. And
I was just about to say that.
the shifting planes like Gravity Rush is cool as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said before, the first game didn't like I played it and I didn't like it. I want to try it again to see if maybe my taste in games have changed enough to where I will enjoy it more. But this one definitely looks up my alley, and I'm really excited for this. I forgot to write down the date for this one. Let me look that up real quick. But yeah, what did you guys think?
It reminded me a lot of Parasite, if you remember that game. Just not even really in gameplay necessarily, although a little bit. I don't really, my memories of that game are hazy because it's been a while, but really like the aesthetics of the combat is the best way I can think to describe it, where it's like it feels like
Parasite Eve?
what Parasite,
Parasite Eve?
Not Parasite Eve. Am I calling that game by the wrong name? It's the game. I always
Prototype?
forget what it's called. Prototype. Yes.
I've heard people say that. I've heard people compare it to Prototype.
Yeah, it reminds me of Prototype a lot, and I really, really like Prototype. I haven't played it in years, but it has a very, very special place in my heart. One of the first video games I had ever witnessed, just in general. And so, that does make me interested enough to maybe check it out. Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah. It doesn't have a release date. That's why I didn't write it down. It just comes out sometime this year.
It reminds me of like Evil Within if you were allowed to fight like this.
Yeah. I really want to survive a horror game that's mostly melee focused. That isn't Silent Hill, because I don't really like the melee in Silent Hill. But like something like with like almost like Souls like melee, but it's a horror game.
It'd be really rad. I don't know how that
would
would work because Souls likes are like kind of horrifying, not gonna lie.
Exactly. They're already scary, so it would work. They would blend well. Especially with hard enemies, which would make it even scarier. It would be great. Next we have Crimson Moon. Welcome to a Gothic world full of angels, demons, and ancient gods. In this action and adventure RPG, developed by Probably Monsters, you'll battle alone or join forces with a friend. Be ready though, as co-op amplifies the intensity with dynamic difficulty scaling and enemy composition, ensuring every mission feels fresh and personal. Whether fighting side by side or carving your own path, the goal remains the same: purge the darkness and reclaim the city. The game launches later this year on PS5. Initially, I thought this was Darksiders, and then for a second, I thought it was a sequel
give me a PS5
to Dante's Inferno, but no, it's something different. It's new. But it does look cool. It does look interesting. I don't know if I'll play it, but it looks cool.
Dante's Inferno is a deep cut, also.
Yeah, I need to get that for my PS3. It's like it's a very like I'm not Devil May Cry, God of War style game, and I really want to.
I was say, my girlfriend's a big fan of it. She's told me a little bit about it.
Next, we got another trailer for Beast of Reincarnation. This one person, one dog action RPG launches on PS5 August 4th. Set in sci-fi inspired far future Japan against the backdrop of a devastated world, Beast of Reincarnation follows Emma, a blight corrupted outcast, and her four-legged companion Ku, a malefic whose kind is supposedly a danger to the world. You'll need to switch between Emma's real-time sword-based combat and directing Ku through a command system similar to a turn-based RPG, more specifically Final Fantasy VII Remake, releasing August 4th everywhere. So yeah, this game looks cool. Made by the developers of Pokemon, Game Freak. Out here, finally able to do their thing. I'm remembering now. Actually, Bree, you weren't in the recording where we were talking about Beast of Reincarnation. So yeah, what do you think of Beast of Reincarnation?
I still think this game is really cool. Again, still one of those games where it's like I'd rather watch somebody play it than play it myself, methinks.
Yeah, that's the vibes I'm getting. Like, it does look cool, but I'd have to watch someone else play it.
Next, we got a surprise. We got Mina the Hollower. Shovel Knight Studio Yacht Club Games joined State of Play to share new gameplay and a PS5 demo for Mina the Hollower. The action-adventure launches this spring on PS5 and promises to be the creator's largest game yet, boasting a densely packed world with over 25 unique bosses, 60 trinkets to discover, weapon upgrades, a level-up system, new game plus, hundreds of gameplay modifiers, a fishing minigame, tons of puns, and so much more. You can try yourself tomorrow when a limited time demo drops on PS5. And it's coming this spring. It was supposed to, this game was supposed to come out on Halloween last year, but it got delayed. I was so excited for it, but low-key, I'm glad it got delayed because it was too many games. I wouldn't have been able to play it anyway. So yeah, I'm real excited for this. Hopefully, it doesn't come out too close to
a
anything.
lot of games.
Hopefully, it doesn't come out too close to James Bond. You should check out this demo. It's so good. It's on Steam. There's a demo on Steam. I played the demo on Nintendo Switch, which is where I'm going to get the game. But I'm going to play the demo again on PS5. All the other demos I said I'm not going to play, this isn't one of them. I love this game.
Real.
That demo was so good. And you get multiple weapons, but you like unlock them one at a time. So in the demo, you can only choose one. And I chose the whip because this game is very like, it's almost like a combination of, it's a combination of Castlevania and Zelda is what this game is. So I chose the whip. It was a good time, but now I'm going to choose one of the other weapons when I play this time because this game's good and I'm so excited for it.
Yay!
Yeah, what'd you guys think?
I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this game since it got announced. Now that I know that there's a demo, I will be playing it.
Next, we have Neva Prologue. Set years before the events of the original game, this prologue tells the story of how Alba and the wolf cub Neva first meet. You must guide the cub through the blighted wilderness, facing new enemies and endure perilous trials. New gameplay mechanics and all new locations are promised. This DLC launches February 19th for $2.99. I heard good things about the main game, so I expect this will be just as good. You guys know about Neva?
I don't think I've ever heard of it prior to this
Really?
trailer. It looks good though.
Yeah, Neva got some good reviews. Let me look
Never
up Neva
ever.
real quick.
Reminds me
Came
of
out
Grease a little bit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's by the same developers.
Oh, makes sense.
Yeah, it is. So yeah,
Okay. No wonder then.
and yeah, it got great reviews. Yeah, it's about this lady. It's a 2D platformer. With a great art style, 2D animated art style. With a little bit of combat. And it's about this story between this lady and her giant wolf deer thing. Yeah, I heard it was, emotional story, very fun, similar to Grease. So, if that interests you, it's everywhere, and
It does.
it costs $20, and it'll probably be discounted in a little bit, so it'll cost less than that. And the DLC is only $3. When a game's that cheap, I feel like, and it looks that cool. Gotta check it out.
It does.
But yeah, next we got Yokoh Shinibi Ops. A 4-player online isometric shinobi action game sneaks onto PS5 next year in the form of Yokoh Shinibi Ops. Work together to infiltrate heavily guarded enemy territory, combining your unique ninjutsu abilities to avoid traps, evade soldiers, and escape an ever-present unstoppable pursuer who threatens to end your run prematurely. Which makes it sound like a roguelike.
Yeah.
All I could think about this, it looks cool. It looks like my type of game. But all I could think about was, I'd love a remake of Metal Gear, the original Metal Gear games.
I was just about to say, it reminds me of Metal Gear, and I dig it a lot. I would play this.
The PC Metal Gear games, Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, remade in this style would be fire. But this isn't set to release until 2027. Maybe we could play it together. It is called. I mean, there's 1,000 games coming out this year. I can wait.
Right.
I can wait. Okay. Next, we have Project Windless. Coming to PS5, Project Windless is a dark fantasy open world action RPG inspired by the Korean novel series The Bird That Drinks Tears. The game will tap into a point. What? It would tap into a point thousands of years before the source material, having you play as one of the Recons, a nomadic warrior race of humanoid birds, known for their immense physical strength and size. The book this is based on sounds awesome. So according to Wikipedia, The Bird That Drinks Tears is a series of epic high fantasy novels by the South Korean author Lee Young-do. First published in 2003, the series is set in a world inhabited by 4 major races: humans, the powerful bird-like Recon, the flame-wielding Tokebi, and the reptilian Naga, who relinquish their hearts for immortality, allowing them to dominate the southern half of the world. When a Naga envoy is dispatched to the north, a trio, each member representing one of the remaining 3 races, is assembled to escort the envoy. However, the original envoy is brutally murdered, and their replacement is an anomaly. A Naga who stole has a heart, making him much more vulnerable. As the rescue party navigates hostile terrain and centuries of animosity, they must confront their own prejudice and uncover the hidden purpose of their journey, which may determine the fate of the entire world. This looks like the best Musuo I've ever seen, and I'm very interested in playing as Foghorn Leghorn. When they saw this and they panned and it was a chicken, I was like, you play as a giant chicken, just killing a
This
bunch of
dude is
people.
like a demigod. He's huge.
This is insane. I'm
It
surprised.
reminds me of Dynasty Warriors. So that's
Yes.
why I kind of want to play it.
Yeah, that's the Musuo. That's the type of game those are, and those games don't usually interest me. But this is, like I said, the best Musuo I've ever seen. I'm very interested in learning more about this game.
Same.
But it doesn't even have a proper title yet, so we'll see. Next, we have Star Wars Racer. Take part in a runs-based, high-stakes reinvention of racing born in the lawless outer rim of the Star Wars galaxy. Coming to PS5 later this year. Today we got a first glimpse of gameplay spanning different planets and highlighting different racing vehicles and characters, all of whom are competing in the unsanctioned racing circuit, where only the bold survive. There being a story mode is great, but seeing more of the gameplay itself, it looks awesome, and very much like the Star Wars Burnout that it was described as. And at the very end, we got to reveal that there are pod racers in the game. So you can live the fantasy of playing a modern Star Wars pod racer, which I loved that game when I was a kid. On Nintendo 64, man, that game, I love that game. But yeah, I'm excited for this game off of pure nostalgia.
It looks good.
I want to play this. But yeah, next we got another trailer for 007 First Light.
It also looks really good.
Yeah, the State of Play debuted a brand new story trailer for 007 First Light, offering PlayStation 5 players a deeper look at IO Interactive's original take on the origin of James Bond. The video offers a glimpse of Bond's exploits in Iceland, which puts him on MI6's radar as a potential recruit for its newly revived 00 program. The program will, and it's spelled the British way, Programee, which is weird as hell, but makes sense for James Bond. The program will see Bond cross paths with its training The program will see Bond cross paths with its training instructor, former 007 agent John Greenway, with the two needing to work together to take on 009, a former British operative now turned rogue and on the loose. Yeah, this is the best trailer so far. It sells the game way better than anything we've seen so far. This was a really good trailer, and I've always been excited for this game. Even like despite the fact that the trailers have, I feel like, been trying their best to make the game look bad, I've been excited for this game. And this is the first trailer that actually made the game look good. And next, I'm about to cry. I'm about to cry. And next, we got the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection, Volume 2. It launches August 27th this year on PS5, packing together Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots, and Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. And the series' first portable title, Metal Gear Ghost Babel, as a bonus title, along with some extras that'll thrill longtime fans of Konami's stealth series. I'm excited to see what that is. Y'all don't understand. This means something to me, man.
I gotta get it.
Metal Gear Solid 4 has escaped the prison that is the PlayStation 3. Finally. I never thought we'd see the day. I'm in the middle of a replay of Metal Gear Solid 4, but guess what? I'm going to start from the beginning again when this comes out. I can't believe it. And the thing is, I was going to get Peace Walker for PS3, but I was like, I'm not going to do it because they're going to release Match Collection and it's going to be on there. And I was right. You were right. So yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this. After that, we got Darwin's Paradox. Octopus Darwin slithered into State of Play with 2 announcements. First, a release date of April 22nd. Secondly, the surprise announcement, not only of a demo, but a demo that will be available tomorrow, which was a couple days ago for us. And that demo's content is directly inspired by Metal Gear Solid. Play the Tactical Octopus action demo tomorrow on PS5 and pre-order the full game to get 2 exclusive skins. I haven't played the demo yet, but I did download it, so I'm gonna check it out. It looks fun. New IP from Konami, which is great that they're making new stuff. Yeah, this game looks fun. Fun little goofy octopus game, octopus stealth game, which is interesting. Looks like a good
Very
time.
silly.
But then again, just the bangers keep coming. The bangers keep coming. There was like, oh, it's Konami. They have multiple games. Are they finally going to do it, eh? Are they finally going to do the thing that they should have done a long time ago? It's been so
40
long.
years!
It's been
40
so long.
years!
And on the 40-year anniversary of Castlevania, we finally have a brand new Castlevania game. Castlevania Belmont's Curse.
Damn time.
Adventurers get ready to crack that whip as the legendary 2D action exploration series returns this year on PS5. Castlevania Belmont's Curse recaptures the Gothic action in a whole new way as development duties are shared between Konami, Evil Empire, and Motion Twin. New weapons and abilities join classic tools, all envisioned with a brand new art style. The first new Castlevania game, and God only knows how long. I don't know how long it's been, but it's been a very long time.
It's been a while.
Developed by, like they said, Konami, Evil Empire, and Motion Twin. Evil Empire and Motion Twin specifically are the devs behind Dead Cells, which was heavily inspired by Castlevania and had a whole Castlevania DLC. So we're in good hands. It looks good. How are we feeling there? How are we feeling?
I have never been so excited for a video game ever in my life before. Like, the style is so good. The style is good. The gameplay looks fun. And what I think my favorite thing about it is that they managed to combine all the things that make, like, the platforming-based Castlevanias fun with seemingly, like, the roguelike elements on top of that. And I am so excited. I'm so excited. I've been starving.
I don't think it's going to be a roguelike. I think it's just going to be a Metroidvania.
And you know what? Or not roguelike. Metroidvania is what I meant to say. I don't know where roguelike came from.
I think it's because Dead Cells is a roguelike.
Yes, definitely. But yes, I'm excited. And like the way they've mixed the two kind of styles of Castlevania gameplay. I really like this updated art style also because it kind of reminds me of Hades a little bit. I can't lie.
It does.
Yeah, I think they're pulling some inspiration from the art style of the cartoon on Netflix as well, which is good.
Makes sense.
They should have done this. They should have done this so long ago.
Definitely.
After the first series ended with season 4, they should have done this. I don't know why it took them this long, unless it was in development that whole time, which I doubt. So yeah, I'm glad that we're finally getting this because that first season of Castlevania came out when we were still in high school. So like,
woof.
They should have been done this. It's crazy.
Yeah, better late
than
never.
I'm glad it's finally happened. I'm not complaining. I'm glad it's finally happened. I don't think we have a release date.
Nope, so, just 2026. It said.
Excited, definitely excited. Next, we have Silent Hill Townfall. This new entry into the horror franchise offers a new town to explore, horrific enemies to fight and evade, and story-driven puzzles that help deliver a new but distinctly Silent Hill tale of mystery. Mystery, tragedy, and loss. The perspective shifts to first person, and a new yet retro portable CRTV device will be both a useful tool in encounters and a way to unveil more of the story. It's always nice to see a black main protagonist.
And a Silent Hill game.
But it's crazy how they made the main character black, but now it's first person. I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of
suspicious.
Kind of suspicious, Why couldn't it be third person? Why couldn't we see the black face? We only see his face in cutscenes. No, I'm joking. But still, I'm probably not going to play it, but I'm glad it's happening, It looks cool for people who are into Silent Hill. Silent Hill, had a resurgence. Hopefully they can do as well as Resident Evil. But lastly, in the Konami block, we got Rev.Noir. Konami bought the first glimpse of their new JRPG to State of Play. Rev.Noir is set in a world plagued by a deadly phenomenon known as Lightfall, which instantly kills anyone it touches. The story follows a memory-lost boy and a mysterious girl as they set out on a journey to put an end to the catastrophe. Not sure if this is a game for me, but I'm glad Konami is making new IPs.
Yeah.
This is good stuff. They're finally making games again. Next, we got something super exciting. Saber Interactive is working with the creators of the action movie franchise, John Wick, to create a previously unseen chapter in the life of John Wick, which lets you play as the Baba Yaga himself. The studio is promising the signature elements from John Wick's movies to be present in the game, from the unique use of camera work, bold and cinematic environments, and extremely distinctive gun fu action and intense driving experiences. I didn't know about that driving part. The game is coming to PS5, but release date and official title is not yet known. Saber Interactive most recently released Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2, which I need to play. I played the first one on PS3. You know what's crazy? They recently released a remaster of it on modern consoles. I was like, damn, y'all couldn't have did that a little sooner. But I'm glad that happened. But yeah, I trust them because that game, the action in those games are real good. So I 100% trust them with this game. And I've been wanting a John Wick game for so damn long. I love John Wick.
I remember we talked about it. We were like, we would love a John Wick game. And like, now it's here.
Yes.
It's here.
It's real.
It looks so good.
The One Piece is real.
Gotta play it. I need a PS5 ASAP.
I mean, you just wait for the PlayStation 6, if I'm being honest. At this point, you might as well
The PlayStation 6? Oh my goodness.
At this point, you might as well wait for the PlayStation 6. It's coming soon. Maybe it got delayed to 2028. Maybe, but you might.
Oh my goodness. I'm not waiting that long.
But yeah, you can be like me waiting for the Switch 2. When I was like, oh, the Switch 2 got to be coming soon, and then it took forever.
I can't.
But yeah, I'm really excited for this. We got a very brief glimpse at gameplay, and it was only like finishers. But I'm excited to see what the full game looks like. If I had to guess, it's probably coming out next year. Next, we got a trailer for Marathon. It's not long until Marathon's launch on March 5th, but players eager to start their exploration of Tau Ceti 4 won't even need to wait that long. Bungie has announced a server slam on February 26th for PS5 players who will be able to experience experience select content from the full game, as well as earn a tiered gear package and grab a special emblem and banner, which will be available in the full experience. And the studio also came to State of Play with a brand new gameplay trailer. This is the best actual gameplay trailer, not the best trailer. The best trailer was the cinematic one directed by my goat, Alberto Mielgo. Which if you've not seen that trailer, Bree, let me send it because that trailer is so good.
It was really good.
Like, you got to watch this later. You got to actually watch it and listen to it. This is literally cinema. This is art. Like, legitimately, because it's done by a very famous animator, an animation director. Like, this is good stuff. But yeah, this trailer was, in terms of gameplay trailers, was the best one so far, and it actually makes the game look good. Which, you know, it's been all over the place. If this server slam is like, I don't have to like pre-order a game or something for it, I'll try it out. Because visually the game looks cool.
It does.
But it, like, the style of game it is, the extraction shooter, like Arc Raiders. Arc Raiders seems like it's fun, but games cost money, and I don't want to spend money on it. But this one, if it's good, maybe you know, or if this is free, this server slam, I'll probably check it out and see if it's worth my time, or my money,
or both, even.
Yeah. Next, we have something I think will interest you, Brie. Big Walk. If you haven't seen the trailer, pull this up. Big Walk.
I have seen the trailer before. They like I remember they mentioned it somewhere.
Big Walk is a cooperative multiplayer adventure about teamwork and talking. Set out with your friends through a wide open world full of challenges, puzzles, and discoveries. You'll need to work together to find your way around, stay in contact using an assortment of tools and toys, and figure out new ways to communicate when you suddenly find yourself speechless. Adventuring aside, there's plenty of time to just hang out, sit and watch the sunset, or steal your friends' binoculars and kick them into the ocean. Spending time with friends is the best part of a Big Walk. Releases sometime this year in 2026. You know, it's just a fun-looking friend slap game that I thought would interest you. Looks cool.
Love a good friend slap.
Looks like a good time.
Usually I'm not into them, but this one looks really cute. I might actually play it.
The characters look like Patapon characters. They look like 3D Patapon characters.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I need to finish Patapon too. I finished the first game. Just never finished the second.
Next, we have Saros. Housemarque unpacked some of the tantalizing gameplay features of its sci-fi shooter ahead of its April 30th launch on PS5. Armor upgrades to better fit your playstyle, an intriguing modifier system to let you adjust Carcosa's dangers to your taste, fast travel to unlocked biomes. Then there's the world-altering Eclipse event, which escalates the threat against you as corruption affects enemies, weapons, and artifacts. A challenge not for the faint-hearted. Yeah, this looks cool as hell. I'm 100% playing this when it comes out. It seems like they've really doubled down on making this game more accessible than Returnal, their previous game, which plays very similar to this in multiple ways, and that bodes very well for this. I'm excited for this game. It looks good. I didn't play Returnal, but I'm gonna play this one. And I know Returnal eventually added a co-op mode. I wonder if they're gonna have that in this one eventually.
That would be nice.
Yeah. How about you, Brie? What'd you think of this?
I'm actually a big fan of like games where like when you do upgrades, you have to put like a limiter. So I feel like I would give this a try.
Gotta play Hades. Packed punishment.
I should play Hades.
You should.
I should continue playing it, honestly.
You should.
And you gotta play the second one.
Yeah.
Next we got Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. Ready those colorful costumes, superhero fans. Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls punches on the PS5 and PC August 6th, with pre-orders opening February 19th. Alongside the release, State of Play revealed 3 new additions to the roster in the form of Magic, Wolverine, and Danger. And in a supporting PlayStation Blog article, the creators confirmed an episode mode and detailed the different additions that will be available at the PlayStation Store. So, I expected Magic and Wolverine, but I was not expecting Danger. Danger was a surprise. So I know Danger from one of the few mainline X-Men comics I've read, Astonishing X-Men, where she was introduced. She is the living embodiment of the X-Men's training room, the Danger Room, hence the name Danger. The Danger Room gained sentience and like attacked them, but then eventually like became a part of the team. And this is a cool redesign.
Very X-Men.
Yeah, cool redesign of Danger. For this, like they've done with all the characters, make them more like anime. And yeah, it looks cool. I like it. I'm excited for this game. Even though I play fighting games, I played them for like a month and then I never played them again. But I'm still gonna get this one.
I love a good fighting game.
Yeah, the release date was revealed to be August 6th at the State of Play. So yeah, I'm really excited for this. Maybe I'll start playing fighting games when I invite people over more often, because I never do that, but it could be a good thing. But now we're into the last 2 announcements from the State of Play, which are connected. First, we got. Well, let me just read what they wrote. We got 2 big announcements from Santa Monica Studios, concluding today's State of Play. First, confirmation that a remake of the God of War Greek trilogy is in early development. And secondly, the studio has partnered with Mega Cat Studios to create a 2D action platformer, God of War Sons of Sparta, which is out today on PS5. It came out last Thursday. Oh, you didn't know it was out today? Why are you surprised?
No.
Oh, I didn't know. I
God.
didn't know you didn't know that, but you also don't have PS5, so it doesn't matter.
I gotta steal somebody's PS5, bro. I gotta call my brother.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does your brother have PS5? You gotta steal your brother's PS5. But yeah, we're gonna start, of course, with the remake trilogy. I was watching it and I was like, they can't do this to me 2 days in a row. They can't bring back literally 2 games that are in my top 10 games of all time.
For real. Shook. I've been waiting for this for so long. I was literally watching a whole like God of War playthrough of like the first games.
If you want to play the first game, I got the first game.
Please.
Wait, I have all.
Please.
Wait, what am I talking about? I got the first game. I have every single God of War game. I actually, you know what?
The next hangout, man. The next hangout. Gotta play.
I wasn't thinking of this beforehand because, like, when Ragnarok came out, otherwise I would have got it physically because I realized I have every God of War game physically except for Ragnarok, so I got to get Ragnarok physically, and I think I'm gonna get the Steelbook, because I have on PS3 the God of War 1 and 2, Ascension, and the PSP games, and I have God of War 3, the remaster for PS4, and I have God of War 2018. Physically, but I don't have God of War Ragnarok physically. I only have that digitally, so I got to get that physically. That way, I have the full collection. But yeah, God of War 3 is my 3rd favorite game of all time, just behind Metal Gear Solid 4 at number 2, and at the top is Uncharted 2. Yeah, I love God of War 3. God of War 3 is so good. It was the first one I played, and I played them before, but I had never played them all the way through. And I've started playing through Metal Gear Solid 1, God of War 1 on my PS3. I haven't finished it yet. but I'll probably finish them before this comes out because this is probably like 4 years away if we're being honest. Because this was
Yeah.
an announcement of them being in development by T.C. Carson, the OG voice of Kratos, who will be voicing Kratos in these games, and is voicing Kratos in the Sons of Sparta game, which is we'll get to that. But let's stick on the trilogy. You know, I want to talk about how they'll handle this. You know, some predictions, some assumptions. You know, what changes will they make, and what changes do we want to see? I said, in the months leading up to Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta Snake Eater, the remake of Metal Gear Solid 3, that as much as I wish that Snake Eater was more of a modern game instead of being the same game but with better graphics and more modern controls, I said back when we were talking about that, you remember me saying, despite that fact, I low-key would not be mad if they did the exact same thing they did with Snake Eater to God of War.
Right.
Like, even though I don't like
Which
that they did that with Metal Gear, I want that with God of War.
I get it, because it's like I don't have much experience with the God of War games, but my girlfriend is a big fan, and she's been playing through like the first 3 recently for me, just so I can have the experience. Based on what I can see, the controls are snappy as fuck, especially for like the era of like, you know, game that those were.
Yeah, PS2.
It's kind of crazy. Yeah.
First 2 games were in PS2. And yeah, I love those games. I love the original God of War games, and I still prefer that style of gameplay over the new ones. The new ones aren't Souls-likes, but they definitely take a lot of inspiration from Souls-like and kind of skew closer towards that. And it's, you know, it's a fun combination of hack and slash and Souls-like. You know, it's not straight up a Souls-like, but it's closer to being a Souls-like than I would like it to be. I would prefer that they lean closer to hack and slash, and I'm hoping that. And I'm assuming that they probably won't like make them just like the new games. I feel like that would be stupid and a mistake.
Hope not.
And like I said, I would just straight up accept if it was exactly the same, except that it looked better and played a little bit more modern, and like they just added a third person camera. The story could be updated in a lot of ways. I don't want them to like think that they need to like. I hate to be that guy, but I hope they don't think that they need to be woke. I hope that they don't think that they need to change certain things about the story or like cut out the sex scenes because like, oh, it's 2030 probably when this game comes out. And like, you know, times are different. It's like, no. First off,
it's kind of a part of God of War. It's a part of
those games. It's like it's a part of those games. And first off, it's not like he ever like rapes anyone. Like it's always consensual sex. It's just the fact that there are sex scenes that is kind of weird. And there's not only sex scenes, there are sex scenes with quick time events. But it's
very
interactive. They better have me mashing the circle.
That's crazy.
Okay, I want my sex scenes. And it's not even sex scenes. It's like you don't actually see it. You just like hear it and see shadows and like you mash the button. It's real funny. But I want them to keep that. Like I don't want them to like think they need to change it because the times are different. Like no, that's what the game was.
Yeah, no,
that's what the game should be.
And that's just what like Greek life was like.
Yeah, and I want them, if possible, to have the option to switch between third person and fixed camera. If they bring back the fixed camera, I would be so happy. Like. I understand if it was just third person, but if they could also incorporate the fixed camera, I would love that. Now I'm curious if they're gonna if they're gonna make some like big significant changes and like add a bunch of stuff to the story, in the vein of something like the Final Fantasy VII remakes, where they took one game, split it into 3 games, and like greatly expanded on the story. If they're gonna like have each one of these games be like greatly expanded on from the original and like add further context and just make the story better overall, because it's a good story, but like it's not as well written of a story as the current games are. The current game stories are incredible. The old games are, you know, they're old games, and you know they're, you know, very action games, whereas like the story's good. Like there's a good story there that the new games build off of, but it's not like the best story ever written. So they could punch that up, enhance it in a lot of ways by adding more stuff to it now that they've, you know, gone and made it a much deeper story with the newer games. But yeah, what about you, Brie? What are you looking for? What do you want? What are you hoping for?
I don't know. I just want them to blow my mind. I know it'll be great. I'm just gonna sit here and wait patiently. I hope it doesn't take like 3 years, but like you never know.
It is.
Sometimes greatness just takes time.
These games take a long time to make.
It's like I was say, it's like that fake Miyamoto quote.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
A rush game is always bad, but
Mhm.
what was the other? Was it a rush?
It's like a game is always bad, but a delayed game has the potential to
yes.
be good or something like that.
Yeah.
Delayed game. That's what he said. Yeah. Next, we got or lastly, they ended with the reveal of the long rumored Metroidvania God of War game titled Sons of Sparta. We didn't know the title. We just knew for a very long time that they were making a Metroidvania, and everybody assumed it was going to be like Prince of Persia and The Lost Crown. So a lot of people were disappointed that it was this pixel art game, but I've watched people play it. It's actually pretty good. I'm not gonna get it.
I'd like to play it.
I'm not gonna play it. There's just too many games coming out, and you know, there's only so much money in my wallet. So
Very true.
Right.
it's only $30.
Gotta make some wise choices.
So, or maybe I think it's $40, $39.99. So it's not like it's like full price, it's like half the price for a normal game. But still, it's just like there's a lot of games coming out. Okay, next week Resident Evil comes out, so it's like, and I need to finish Metroid. Like, there's 1,000 reasons why I'm just not gonna get this game. But I'm gonna watch somebody play it. But it's from the writing team at Santa Monica Studio that brought you God of War 2018 and Ragnarok. It is a tale of duty, honor, and brotherhood featuring T.C. Carson, who reprises his role for the first time in over a decade as the adult version of Kratos, our story's narrator. God of War's kinetic combat has found a home in a brand new genre. Kratos will learn deadly skills using his spear and shield, as well as harness powerful divine artifacts known as the Gifts of Olympus to take on a wide array of foes. Sons of Sparta features the return of iconic classic recreations, Sons of Sparta features the return of iconic classics recreated in 2D with stunning hand-drawn pixel animation, as well as a host of new creatures to the franchise inspired by the rich, untapped facets of Greek mythology brought to life by the retro experts at MegaCat Studios. Yeah. Any other thoughts on this?
I feel like it's a little random, but it does look nice. I would not have thought to put make God of War a platformer, but yeah,
I mean,
that's fun.
The old games are platforms.
Fair. I mean, like a 2D platformer specifically.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a Metroidvania. It's cool.
Ooh.
So
maybe I'll check it out. We'll see.
Yeah, I've always wanted a game that's about him when he was a Spartan, but in the style of the older games, not necessarily like this.
Yeah.
But this is cool too. I just don't got the time. I don't got the time and the money. So,
makes sense.
There's a lot of good games coming out this year, especially.
I feel like I would have preferred this in the style of the Castlevania trailer that they released.
Yeah. Like I said, if you just look up what is it? Prince of Persia Lost Crown. That's what people were hoping, which that's a side scroller, but it's in a 3D. It's made in 3D. And it has a similar art style, the 3D models with 2D textures and effects. And it's a very, people love that game. I need to get around to playing it eventually, and I think you would probably like it too, Ira. It's considered one of the best modern Metroidvanias, especially when it comes to combat. The combat feels like a hack and slash, but in 2D. That's what I think people were hoping for from this game. The one thing I don't agree about is people are like, oh, why doesn't he have the Blaze of Chaos? He doesn't get the Blaze of Chaos until way later in life. He shouldn't have the Blaze of Chaos. It wouldn't make sense for him to have the Blaze of Chaos. So shut your mouths about the Blaze of Chaos. He shouldn't have those. It makes sense.
Canon accurate.
It makes sense that he would be using a shield and spear. That's all I got. This is the best state of play in a very, very long time. All bangers.
Exactly.
All bangers.
A lot of these games I would play.
Right.
Even the ones I don't want to play still look cool.
Great.
Just all bangers. But yeah, as always, you can find all of our ads in a link in the description. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel if you want to see more storytelling content, and to click the notification bell so that you're notified when we post. Peace.
Bye.